Man, I still go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Don't miss Fight Night. Every Tuesday night, Will Morgan and Josie Haney break down the hottest topics of the week across combat sports, including UFC, boxing, WWE, AEW, and more. Past episodes are available on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, and each episode will air again Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. Don't miss Fight Night. Tune in or tap out.
I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Shut up. And everybody in between. I am Josie. I am joined by my esteemed co-host, Mr. William H.D. Morgan, if you will. Baby.
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight?
And I got to cut you off right there. The fucking loop. Shut up. I hate you. Shut up. All right.
Damn, the breaking news over by the time you go hit the button.
Shut up. I'm gonna... That's what I say to you. All right. I'm going to bring in our man, very new to Sports Report, but super excited. He's going to be co-hosting with the man, the hardwood, Dan the Dick. And he is the one and only Wade, I don't know why his name is Wade. He is Mr. Haystacks Calhoun.
Yeah, we know him as Stacks. So
How we doing tonight, fellas?
what's up, man?
Doing really good, man. I was excited to watch some wrestling before the show tonight, but that was a crazy ending. Looks like Hangman Adam Page is legitimately hurt after taking a nasty clothesline from John Moxley. Me and Stacks were talking about it before the show, and we weren't sure at first if it was real, if it was work, if it was kayfabe. Like we weren't sure. At first I really thought it was a work. It was kayfabe. It wasn't. It was and this is how you always know something's gone wrong in wrestling. One, they never threw up an X. There was nothing, which I was surprised. But also, I don't think WWE does what AEW does in the fact like Doc Samson is ringside for every match. So there may not have been a need for an X. They can just call him over. And so I would say in the reaction of the commentators is how I knew. Like how you always know is how the commentators react. And then they went through all the matches for Dynamite and Rampage next week. All I can say is I hope it's nothing too serious. We know Hangman's had some neck issues in the past. What did you think, Stacks?
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it was unfortunate. They had a good match going, especially there in the beginning. When they brought it out to the crowd and things like that. So, yeah, that's really unfortunate. He's just he's been a bit of an injury bug there for quite a while now. And he just got back not long ago too. So,
well, the thing is we got to wait and see how serious this is. The thing is, he's not usually a serious injury bug. He's a minor injury bug. He gets
fair.
those little
Fair.
his little bugs that he'll tend to work through until he can't work through them no more.
For sure.
This one we'll see what it is. I would imagine Tony Khan has a statement out before we end the show. So
if not in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. If it's truly legitimate, he'll have a statement out very soon.
Yeah.
So, but that brings up why I thought this was a work. That goes into MJF disappeared about halfway through the match. He has sat every world championship match. He sat up in the box and watched. And about halfway through this match, he disappeared. Had that promo between him and Regal. Will, I know you were working, but you go back and watch it.
Oh.
I mean, MJF delivered another just straight up bomb. Straight up bomb. And Regal matched him. Like,
oh, okay.
And two guys I would say who were probably in the top 10 on the mic easily. One on the end of his career and one just beginning. And so and then it led to MJF calling his shot for Full Gear.
Okay.
So he cashed in the chip. There'll be a world title match between Moxley and MJF at Full Gear. And I find this super interesting. If you're following Impact, you know that Bully Ray came out last week and said he wants to catch the title. He's got the call your shot now with Impact. And he wants to cash in the title and said wants to do it up front because he's known as always being the guy who cuts corners and will stab anybody in the back and all that. And you kind of know if you followed Bully Ray's career, that's kind of is what he's known for in every company he's been in. So I find it interesting that now MJF is saying he wants to earn something for the first time in his life. And Will, we talked about this last week. I want to get Stack's opinion on this. Stacks, do you feel that they're testing the waters for a weird kind of MJF babyface, maybe anti-hero run?
Oh, 100%. You can feel it. I mean, as soon as he came back, I mean, right when he came back off that, I mean, that pretty much set the stage. I'm sorry to cut you. I think the devil character was the test
I think it was the test. I think the devil character at first was the test because he could have went full on if he'd have gotten the reaction I think he was hoping to get, which is the true heel reaction. But now, like, he's just so over. He's so over. I said this on the show last week. I don't know how you make a crowd boo him when he wins this title. Like, it would have to be the most dirtiest, underhandedest
thing that's ever happened.
Like,
even
you
then,
would have to pull a Hogan NWO level, something or other. And I don't know if you can do that in today's day and age.
Man, he would have to leave in 2024 for them to be upset about that, you know.
And I say this too. I don't know. I don't think he actually is. I think they're playing up that. I think that's
so.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's already something on paper. But Tony knows he can't lose MJF. MJF,
not at all. No, you're in trouble. Yeah.
If you lose him, MJF is your. I'm trying to think back to WCW. I wouldn't say Hogan because he wasn't established. He wasn't a WCW original. And that's the issue is there really wasn't any WCW originals. They didn't cultivate them like they should have. But it'd have been like it wasn't a one solo. It was a group though. Malenko, Guerrero, Benoit. When those three left together, that was probably a huge flip for WCW because it showed that at that point they weren't going to use their younger talent and they went on to where they were in better use. And if he loses MJF, and we're going to talk about, he did another extension today. It was announced to Jericho re-signed. So, he can't lose MJF. He can't. He's got to keep the four pillars.
You might as well close the books if he's out. Really.
It will be a huge. I've said 1,000 times. I don't see any way that AEW shuts down. But it's a huge hit.
It's going to take a dip
it's a huge hit.
Sure.
And finally, religiously now they're breaking 1 million each week.
For sure.
Finally, and it's taken them 3 years to do that.
3.5 to.
And you lose. I would say he's already tied down two of the guys that would really make you decline in viewership, and that would be Mox. And that would be Jericho. Those two re-signings were big. People can laugh and shit on them all the time. But as far as AEW and the brand, those two are so synonymous with the brand, they've got to stay with the company. MJF is next.
Absolutely.
I think he's the next. He's third on that list. That especially now with Punk, we still don't know what's going on with Punk and all that. And so,
hey, you know what's up with Punk?
He can stay at home. I don't really care.
Oh,
hang on. They WCWing him. They paying him to stay home. They WCWing him. That man getting paid 6 digits to stay at home.
Yep, that's sad.
What is your opinion on the situation, Stats?
This is just me, but I don't really care. I didn't really care either way. He is what he is, but he's a cancer. Everywhere he's winning, he's a cancer. He's a cancer.
Other than ROH,
that's what I say.
ROH seems to be the only place that he wasn't super cancerous to.
Yep. You look after after that pay-per-view, and he did that, and they did that after show. Are you kidding me?
I say he's a cancer. He's been a cancer almost. He's been a 100%. Cancer almost everywhere he's been.
100%.
And at some point, when he was in WWE, people were making an argument. It's the E that's doing him dirty. But when he went over to AEW and pulling the same stuff,
there's no way you can try and blame the E for what's happened here or AEW. There's no way you can try and play AEW.
It's all him at the end of the day.
Now I will say, and we've said this before, Will, Tony should have stepped in sooner. He should have nipped this in the bud when Punk and Young Bucks first started making comments to each other. And then during the presser, he should have cut the interview or something. Like
100%.
He should not have let that happen.
He let that man run all over him. He let that man run all over him. Yep.
At some point, you got to call it for who you are. You run things. Your signature's on a paycheck.
You're the boss.
They got to listen to you, and you need to let people know that.
As much as I love that Tony is a fan, and I do, I think that's one of the things that makes AEW pretty cool, is that the owner is a true fan. He can't let his stars run over him. He's the boss.
Exactly. It's a definite weakness. It's a weakness.
It's definitely a weakness. And I think that incident led to the formation of more of an HR department with Tony Schiavone and things like that. Because now, and also, like, I think Tony's starting to realize too is that he can't run the business all by himself. They're getting bigger and bigger each year. Like,
they were heading down a WCW route because Kevin Nash took over and Eric Bischoff led him. And it's like that messed up that whole freaking company, man.
Good point.
Yeah, that messed up that whole freaking company.
It doesn't seem like Omega and the Bucks have that kind of power.
They think they do if they're talking like that.
I mean, from what, and we've talked about this too, Will. Maybe this is why Cody left. Maybe Cody kind of saw the writing on the raw.
Could be
the writing on the wall. Writing on the raw, dropping those hints. And
Monday Night Josie.
Josie freaking Haney. He just from what you hear, the Bucks were kind of always in Tony's ear, like chirping. Mm-hmm. And I think hopefully this woke Tony up and made him realize, like, you can be friends with your employees, but there's got to be that line. There's got to be the boss at some point.
There's a limit.
I learned that when I was in my early 20s being a manager. So, like, you got to learn that at some point and realize that you can't always be friends. And
there's a line between friend and boss, and 100%.
Facts.
So, trying to think what else has come out of. What'd you think of the Dalton Castle Jericho match? Wade?
Like, first of all, I thought Liberace was walking out.
I love Dalton Castle.
I'm not. I mean, he's okay. It was okay, but then I felt like it kind of got a little Vince McMahon WWE-ish with the what's his name? The muscle guy for Jericho. I can't think of his name right now.
Jake Hager.
Yeah, Hager with the whole hat thing. I don't know. It kind
of. But that's their whole gimmick. The sports entertainers.
I understand, but I don't know. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, overall, but it just, I don't know. It didn't really elevate it for me. I mean, Jericho does. Jericho touches gold every time he does something, but.
And I think that's kind of the thing too, is with him holding the title and facing past ROH champions, is trying to elevate ROH,
pay homage, and then also move that forward.
And move it forward, and people are getting to see people like who haven't seen Dalton Castle, and I love him. Sure. Yeah, I love his flamboyancy. I love the boys, and like I think he's super interesting.
That's going for me, and I was a rosebud. Like, let's be.
You were a rosebud? What?
Well, I mean, I liked him for a bit. I mean, it plays into the character just a little bit, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, okay. Here's my next question for you. If you were rosebud, then we got to lead into what did you think return of the 10?
That was cool. That was
so happy.
That was awesome. Yep.
I love Sean Spears, period. Like I've been a fan for period. Like I liked Will doesn't get
Will's
my
not
nah.
Will does not get my fandom.
Stacks. This man, look, Josie. There's another person that Josie has not mentioned to you yet. That Josie loves to death. And Josie will say on this show 24/7. I love me some Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks.
Come on now.
All three of those guys.
Ricky Starks.
All three of those guys, it's because of their charisma. It's so much
It's
of their
charisma.
I just
charisma.
don't. That's just me.
Will, you're not a Starks guy either.
I see it in I see it in Dalton, but I don't see it in Ricky Starks.
You don't see it in Ricky.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I hear you there. No, I like Starks though. I don't know. I mean I kind of like those guys, but yeah, I just thought Castle was a little over the top, and I don't know.
I don't mind over the top though. Over the top is funny, but Starks is just like
Yeah.
He's in the middle.
It was Hobbs. Hobbs carried him.
Yeah.
Hobbs carried that. Hobbs carried it.
I disagree there. I disagree.
Really?
And it's not. I don't think
Yeah.
either. I think personally, the two of them were great together. There was just a massive chemistry. Their tag team was this. Like they just worked well off of each other. It was equal. And I think it's the charisma for me with Ricky. I said this last week, Will, and you didn't necessarily disagree with me. You didn't agree with me, but you didn't disagree with me. He reminds me of a young Orton. He's still finding himself. He's got a ton of freaking potential. But he's still young.
Yeah.
And I could see a time frame.
Or with like the arm thing, I kind of thought about it, like with the arm thing. Yeah, with the right.
Just in his attitude reminds me of young. His attitude reminds me of young Randy, beginning Randy, when he was giving us his report on his shoulder. Shoulders 80%, sir.
The blue and neon underwear.
Yes.
Yeah,
like Randy pre-evolution.
The one tattoo, Randy Orton.
Yes. Randy pre-evolution, like all that. And so and that's my thought on that. And then like I've always loved Sean Spears, but I was so excited to see the 10 gimmick return because to me, cool. he was a possible mid-card champion. No, not possible. A mid-card champion and possible number one contender material as Ty Dillinger Perfect 10 because the gimmick was so over. He is, well, you can't argue. Sean Spears is very charismatic. He's good on the mic. He's a good talker.
Again, Vince McMahon, WWE, just
honestly, like I feel like we're more in a war now than we were with Vince because now you've got two guys at the lead of these companies who actually kind of know what the fuck they're doing or have some sense into what the fans want, at least.
Better for us.
Oh my God. Even though I'm still not totally convinced on Triple H's, like,
I see it. There's point. I see that. I also
that you get it.
Part.
Like
in part, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like the women, I don't know. Like I can't like the faction with Bailey and those guys. I can't really get into that.
Oh, I love that faction.
He loves him.
Well, I mean, yeah, we all love to look at him, Will, but
I love that faction.
He loves him some damage control. Well, and you can't say that. That's and we talked about this too, Will. Bailey, anything she is one of those. Bailey, anything she touches gold.
Yeah,
like, and she is that damn good.
And the thing about it, all three of those ladies can go. That's the thing that I like. All three of those ladies are legit. Now, is Bailey the best to cut a promo? Of course. Is she better on the mic than those two? Of course. But
that's why you put them with her.
That's why you put her with her. Yeah.
I think you could also make the argument that maybe it's not the faction, maybe it's the opponents that they have up against them.
That could be it too.
I mean,
I can't disagree with you there.
When the cupboard's bare, what are you supposed to? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Your strongest face right now is one of your strongest females, and that's Bianca.
Yeah.
Then the two you got backing her are Bliss and Asuka. And I'm just like,
he doesn't like Asuka.
Yeah.
I do like Asuka. I respect the fuck out of Asuka. I don't like this version of Asuka.
No, I don't either.
So y'all like the NXT version better?
The NXT and New Japan.
Yeah.
Sure. The NXT
See, but that's the thing that make me mad because when she took, look, I'm not gonna see her in front. You take the loss to Charlotte. Okay, I got you on that. I understand that. But when she took that, took that loss to Carmella, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, what was that about?
What was that about?
100%. Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
No, I agree, Will. Yeah, that didn't make any sense either.
Oh boy, pull her stuff up from Japan is Kana. Even her Shimmer stuff was good. Oh my gosh.
But
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I watched some highlights on that. That was some pretty good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get me wrong. Right now, 3 months in, I give Triple H a hard B plus.
B minus,
B plus.
Which they would take in comparison to where they
all
were.
day long. They were
day.
D minuses sometimes.
Depending from what they
Yeah.
were.
They
Yeah.
were giving you some F shows, literally.
Well, depending on when Brock was going to come in. I mean, really. I mean, let's be honest. I'm like, at this point in my life, I'm like, okay, Brock. But still, I mean, that's what.
I'm actually more excited right now for this Brock. For the Brock I was really excited for this comeback. Plus, him and Lashley to me is a good fight, especially since they took the United States title out of that picture.
Yeah,
I agree. But for me, I think it just got over. You know, they overdid it with how many times him and Roman did it.
I don't even know why they put the U.S. title back on Bobby. Bobby didn't need it in the first place.
No.
I didn't understand why they even put it back on him.
I think he did. I think he needed a little bit of a title bump coming off of losing the heavyweight. And
speaking of the U.S. title, why they put that on Rollins when Riddle won?
Man, you know why they put it on Rollins.
Well, I know that, but I'm just
almost
saying,
1,000 days since the man held the title.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah,
I get it, but I'm just saying
because Riddle beat him. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I do get that, and that's kind of why I thought Riddle was going to win on Monday night, even though he didn't. But
Mustafa surprised me though. That came out.
I guess he's face turned.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would give him a B minus. You're working up your talent. You got the Poison Pixie gimmick with Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae can go. She's not the strongest on the mic, but she can go.
Yep.
I love this storyline on the men's side that they're working with Gargano and Miz coming in between him and Loomis.
And speaking
that's
of that,
great. I love it.
Did you guys hear what they're doing with Shinsuke?
No.
Supposed to be they're gonna bust him down the end. Well, I don't know if you call him a busted, being a busted mover. They taking him down to NXT, but I don't know if you look at that the motion.
Oh no, that's great for him.
Does.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be great for him.
Yeah. Get him.
He was
TV
so
time
over in NXT. Right.
NXT.
So dominant.
Yep. And his theme, man.
I would love to see them do the same thing with Asuka.
Man.
Send Asuka back down to NXT. It's different now. I don't see his NXT now that Triple H is basically running both. It's not so much an emotion. Go down there, get your character back.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me a
work on some stuff.
I agree.
And then come back stronger and better. Look at what NXT did for Balor.
Yeah, true. Solid point there, Josie. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's just a different product than what it was before, but still, I mean it's just a way for them to get their, like you said, get their confidence back and
like we said it here before.
And to be honest, they're just kind of thrown in there now, you know, like in the spots that they're in, like you're just kind of throwing them in there. So get them down to NXT, give them a storyline to work with, and just build it back up. So I agree.
And Triple H couldn't turn it all around in one night. It's taking time.
Rome wasn't
in 3 months. A B minus B plus is good. Like that's it. Like you said, compared to where they were, that's good.
100%.
And where we're coming now, though, for WWE, we're coming into that biggest time of the year, the Golden Zone. We're coming into the road to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
You've got 2 pay-per-views left before you're into the road. And starting off with your second biggest pay-per-view of the year in Rumble.
In the Rumble.
I'm going to ask you right here and now, Wade, who's your pick? Who would you love to see walk out Rumble champion? I have mine. I've already said it, and I think it's very possible.
Well, here's the thing, though. Are they doing it Are they doing it as one title? Both title? Like, are they?
I
are
don't
they
know.
because that's the conundrum for me, because it's like, okay, if you really want a title on Raw, then somebody's gonna have to face Rollins for one of the titles, and then he can face Rock with the other title, which I agree with, the sentiment on social media and stuff like that. They don't need to fight with a title, because you already know it's going to be Rock and Roman, but they don't need a title for that.
There's
What the
no
hell's
title
Rock?
needs to be involved
No,
with that.
not at all.
Personally, I think you need to get Roman to his 800 days, and then it needs to be looking at a way for Roman to drop it. From what I have heard over and over again, Fox and USA want the title split. They don't like.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I agree 100%. I think they should be split. I mean, obviously, if we're talking Raw, it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes, right? I mean, that's
Should
just
be Cody.
That's just obvious. Yeah, it should be Cody. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm tired of the bloodline anyway. The story's been going on too long.
Yeah, I like what they've done with Sami Zayn though.
I'm loving the
honorary
Uce. The honorary
so
Uce
great.
is the man.
That's cool.
So great.
And
I like how they did it when one Uso doesn't trust him.
Well, you can tell with the honorary Uce character is he's still playing a heel, but they're getting him ready. They're getting him over to make that face turn, to probably join Owens for the first time, tagging up and
absolutely. Yep. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Owens in a bit, because he was like the hottest thing on Raw there for a while. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he was killing it.
I feel like Triple H is also taking more of that Tony Khan role, or thought is you don't need your superstar on every freaking show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Give them some breaks.
That's fair. Yep.
But yeah, I think as you're coming into the road, so my pick for Rumble, and I think they're probably going to do it this way, like they do it, is the winner will get to pick the title. Hopefully by then they split them. They need to split them.
God, please split them.
I understand, like, you don't want Roman to look weak, then have Roman drop one. Just say, like, this title, I'm too good for this title. I don't have time to
pull it under Blaze and throw it in the trash.
Something.
Pull a core Jade and throw it in the trash.
Title.
You need
another
need this.
You need
Belt,
title.
Belt, you acknowledge me. What? You didn't acknowledge me? Bam! Throw it in the trash can. Done. Man, come on.
World title.
Because here's my thing. If the belts aren't separate and Raw doesn't have the champion or a champion, then what's the point of Raw?
Yep.
Yeah, really. Like, I agree 100%.
And you got guys over there killing it right now for nothing.
Yeah.
Ben Balor could easily be in a number one contender spot.
Sure could.
The Judgment Day.
Yep.
When all that happened with Edge, everybody thought it was over. It was floundered.
They need to put
turned it around
at some point, and I know you can kind of criticize her just a smidge for being a little injury prone, but at some point you need to put the belt on Rhea Ripley. At some point you need to put it on her.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. She's too good right now to not have
a match
on her right now.
She had a match on NXT tonight. Yeah,
Rhea's amazing. Rhea's amazing.
Yeah, she's killing it right now, dude. She's modern day China, like they've been saying. I mean, it's great.
Yep.
It's
at some point, you got to put the belt. I'm not trying to shame Bianca Belair because she's great, but at some point, you need to put the belt on Rhea Ripley. At some point.
Yep. 100%.
Well, and she held it once, right? She held
NXT title.
Yeah, NXT.
That's right. Well, and then, you know what's interesting about that is her and Bianca have history. They were in that Women's Royal Rumble together.
Yeah.
And we're number 1 and number 2, and Bianca went on to win it.
Yep.
So,
is there a point outside of the?
And then we're doing the NXT title. I'm sorry. No, you're good.
No. I was just gonna say, is there a point where maybe, and I know with the whole fraction between Judgment Day and Edge and all that, but do you think they maybe do a Beth Phoenix and Rhea at WrestleMania?
I'd love to see it, but I don't think Beth would see the value in that.
No, I think it's going to happen. Beth's been working out for a while. I think
it may. I wish it does, but I don't know if Beth would see. what benefit to her that would be.
It's not.
Because Beth has nothing to prove.
Just chances
are
are
It's not about. It's not about proving.
Unless you're defending your husband, and which that makes Edge looks bad.
Well, no. After what I think you're going to end up getting, more than likely, it may lead to a solo match between the two. But what I think you're going to get is a mixed tag.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they smacked her in the head with the chair. Like they're going to come back together.
They do.
Yeah,
I hate those mixed tags unless Maurice involved. And Maurice involved. Cool.
Shut, man. I swear, I'm gonna put you on a no female ban for one.
Unless Maurice is involved. No mixed tags unless Maurice is involved. We can deal with them.
Well, what did you guys think of Ray going to SmackDown? I really wanted to see that play out a little bit more with him and Dominic a little bit.
It's not over. I think what you're also going to see more with Triple H in charge is more long-term story.
You think?
You're going to see some more long-term storytelling.
I just thought it was so quick, because like we've been having
what WWE normally does though. That's what they normally. Yeah. That's old hat for them. They'll kill a storyline fast.
I don't think, and again, I would not say that this one is killed. I think it will come back.
I don't think so because it's Ray's son. That's why
and they do pay-per-views together. They do pay-per-views together. There are no split pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So there's still chances for things to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they did this strictly to switch up him and Corbin. And what did y'all think of Corbin with JBL? It wasn't as good as I hoped.
Mid.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, and you had
cool.
Again, I'm not a fan
of Corbin anymore. Congratulations.
That's
Will knows I'm not a fan of JBL. I don't like
just disrespectful what you did with Corbin too, because you remember when Corbin first came up.
I would rather see Corbin go back to the lone wolf character.
Yes, that's
what I thought the other night. I was like, this is crap, dude. Like, take him back to lone wolf. That's exactly what I thought.
Yep.
Great point.
Yep.
And then I'm not a huge fan of JBL, but
me neither. Except for that clothesline.
Yeah, the clothesline's good, and there for a couple of years he was on top. He was a wrestling god for a while.
He was for a minute. Yep.
And
some of those battles with him and Cena, I mean, really.
Oh yeah, that whole storyline, that 2 years, the whole feud was just amazing. And then also the feud he had with Edge, the feud he had with Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Mysterio retired him. That's why he's always got hatred for Mysterio.
Yep.
And so I thought it could have been a little bit better. I wasn't as impressed as I thought it was going to be. And then what else kind of caught me from all? Did you see who won the Loomis? Did Loomis win that match?
I didn't see it because I watched it on Hulu and they didn't show it.
What?
Yeah, they didn't show it on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu doesn't show everything.
I know they cut out 30
minutes. They cut out some stuff.
But I was upset though because like that was the one I wanted to see, and I meant to go online and look to see who won that, but I'm not. I'm assuming Loomis did. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Loomis.
So going back, my pick for the men's Royal Rumble is Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh.
That is honestly who I think walks out winning that. He's also another one who's been gone for a little bit. He hasn't been on TV, and he was pretty hot right when Triple H came back. And I could totally see him coming back in the next few weeks and just going on a freaking tear again.
It's going to be Rhodes, right? You don't think?
It's either it's
what?
Well, from what there has been nothing said since he went out.
Because I thought the injury would take at least till February to heal.
I'd heard the goal was always Rumble. That was always the goal.
That's what I heard as well.
For Rumble. Yep. But now I mean, you never know because there's also stuff coming out that Vince said that it was never in Vince's mind that he was gonna beat Roman. Like that was never gonna happen.
Stupid. Then why'd you bring him?
It said even though it
Yeah.
seemed like it was hinting that way, it was never going to happen.
Stupid.
But now with Triple H
is going to be different, but
you just don't know where Triple H is thinking. You don't know where Triple H's mind is going. He's brought a lot of people back that are world title picture people. Strowman, Wyatt, Ciampa, Gargano. It could even be put in the world title picture. I think honestly, WWE needs to look at bringing back some kind of, not a cruiserweight, because the cruiserweight title does not work, obviously, but they need some kind of light heavyweight championship.
Nah, they need a TV chair. Get to my boy Otis.
There you go. Get to
my boy Otis. Let Otis be the first one. Get to my boy Otis.
Otis in the Alpha Academy.
I love Otis, man.
I loved Otis when he was in Heavy Machinery.
He was cool in Heavy Machinery.
I don't like him.
You don't like this one?
I love it, dude. I love it. How do you not love that? I love it.
Otis is awesome. Man.
I loved Chad Gable and Jason.
Kurt Angle 2.0.
Yeah.
I loved them as in NXT, like the battles
they were fantastic.
Some of the battles they had with the now known FTR.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, bring a WWE TV champion. Yes. Works for me.
That's a good idea, Will.
That's
work for me.
That's what they need to do with the 24/7 title that went away.
Yes. Yeah. If you gotta sacrifice a title to make it happen, let it be that one.
Yeah.
And it's like it's still gonna have the same meaning because the TV champ is what? Always on TV.
Always on TV.
And then at the end of the day, you paying homage to probably the greatest TV champ ever in Arn Anderson. Man, I ain't trying to trip on Telly because Telly was TV champ too, but Arn Anderson, synonymous TV championship.
Which makes me remind, we have not seen Arn on TV in
what? We haven't seen him in a long time. That's true.
Have you noticed all the legends that kind of helped get it off the ground with being managers like Arn and Jake the Snake? You don't see any of them anymore.
Don't see them no more. Could they be in the back?
I know Jake is a coach. So going back to Chris Jericho, he's expanding his backstage roles with this extension.
Oh, that's awesome.
More of a producer, which means a coach in AEW.
Yep.
They need to do that with the Hardys, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Matt Hardy on TV.
Well, and honestly though,
I hating on Matt.
The only reason Matt is still on TV is saving space for Jeff to get
to come back. Yep.
Which I think is about to happen. Give them their final run. Give them their final run, and I think they're going to do just that. I think they're going to step into the back and become more of a coaches. It is about time for both of them. Jeff, his body has been through enough. Like he don't need to be putting his body through any more.
Alcohol or
wrestling. Or wrestling.
Hey,
but you say that about the Hardys though, but the Rock and Roll Express still doing it.
That's true. That's true.
Them old jokers. They what, 60?
Something like that. Yeah.
Winning championships?
They're up there.
Hey.
They're up there.
Yeah.
So I do understand it though, because like, and
I don't hate the Hardys. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I liked them when I was younger and everything. They're good. And not only that, but like Matt's got enough creativity, you know, with the whole delete stuff.
And that's true. He could be doing something else. That's
creative. I mean, he'd be good and creative.
Man, I'm still mad.
I do want to see that truly one more time in AEW. He needs
one
good broken Matt run in AEW.
Man, I'm mad we never got Willow versus Bray Wyatt, man. That's why I'm
mad.
Oh,
man, yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, Willow versus Bray at the Willow House.
But that would have been a great match. I'm mad that we never got Willow in WWE. Like, Willow needed more exposure. Like, that was a great character for Jeff.
That was a good character.
So right now, who's putting out the better product?
AEW. And it ain't even close. And it ain't even close.
And it's purely for me. It's purely from a wrestling standpoint.
Right.
If we're being honest.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports entertainment fan. I'm not.
If you take it back to the day and look at pure wrestling, AEW got him beat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to look at storyline, okay.
I would say WWE's got right now in the storyline.
Yeah, it's closer, but WWE is still better.
I will say AEW has made leaps and bounds in the last 6 months to a year in building some good stories.
You know what they do? You know what they need to do to build one more? Take the bet off Jade.
I think it's about to happen. So they set up. She's got to give it. Nyla's going to have to give the title back this week. So I think that match is about to happen. I would love to see her lose to Nyla. That would just make me so happy.
This is what I think.
Why don't we even have the belt, though? Can I ask that question?
This is what I think.
You need mid-cards.
This is what I think you need to do. You need to take that bet off, Jade, because to me, my opinion, and I told Josie this, in my opinion, that she's been held back by that TBS title.
Yeah,
she's outgrown the TBS championship. She go ahead and get her 40 in on down. She get her 40. Let her drop it, and then go to the big fish.
Well, I think just the way they book it, I can't take it seriously, to be honest.
No,
I
agree with you. But that comes with it's been on her too long.
Yeah,
that's why it's being booked that way.
That's
way too long.
We knew at 35 when she beat Athena at 35, they were giving her 40.
Yep.
Because like at this point, you had to. So she's gonna beat Nyla for 40, and then from there, like I don't know who she drops it to.
Serena Deeb.
That's my best bet.
Me too.
That's who I think it needs to be.
That's fair.
Me too.
That's fair.
Me too.
Because I think the TBS and TNT titles are valuable titles.
Mm-hmm.
They, you look at some of the. I mean, only one person has held the TBS, but you look how far Jade has come since she has come.
You remember when we first watched her, Josie? You remember that? Ain't neither one of us like her. She was so doggone green when she started.
She's so boring.
And look where, and look where she is now. So you gotta give her props for that.
And she's a good heel. So you got to and look. I mean, look at every person, every guy,
and the little faction around her too has also helped. You know, with the and everything.
Well,
that's been
so friend of the show, Layla Gray.
I love Kiera
we talked to her before. I've seen her in Thunder Rosa's
I've reviewed Kiera
promotion in San Antonio a couple of times, and
really?
Her growth is amazing. If she has not officially signed with AEW, it's gonna happen. Like I've told Will, I think somehow, some way, Layla is going to play in Jade losing the title. Because they kind of treat her a little shitty, and I think that's gonna end up playing into Jade losing the title.
I just think it's time, man. I just think it's time.
It is definitely
because if you look at her, it's like
she can't grow anymore as champion.
Right, she can't grow anymore. There's nowhere more she can go with it.
No higher. Not as a quote unquote mid card champion.
No, she's outgrown that title. You need
right
to take
now.
That off of her.
She could easily be vying for Tony Storm's championship.
And it does two things. Not only vie for Tony Storm's championship, but can you imagine what the person who beat her would get off of that?
Yeah. Fair.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You're the one.
You're the one.
You're the one.
Literally the one. And like we said, Will, after she gets that one, let her go 101. Let her go all the way to 100.
Let it be that monster.
With that one. That would be, to me, because
ain't know what she
unless you're going 50-0, unless that's the goal you have in mind is 50-0.
No,
like
kill it before the end.
Please don't give me
that's way too long.
Like 50-0 is way too long as it is.
If
but I do not want to go past
40
that.
Is perfect. You give her 40, she lose the
40, lose the one, then go 60 straight.
Just
60
a tear.
straight.
Just
and
a tear.
make her make her a freaking workhorse during that 60. Put her on Dynamite. Put her on Rampage.
Yep.
She's on
Everywhere.
every pay-per-view.
Everywhere.
She is on every special.
Working dark
matches.
Yeah.
To the point where she's hitting 60 by next summer.
Yep. And then the thing that makes it so bad is, and it didn't make it so bad with Jade is believable.
Yes,
she got 100 pounds on these chicks, man.
Yeah. She could do that. And then at 101, she's like, I'm going for this title. And she wins that. That gives me chills. Just thinking about it. Like, and then we just wrote the story for you.
And then after that,
guys.
And then after that one, she gets 50 and 1. She goes in and she gets her revenge on the person who beats her and continue that win streak. I'm telling you, man.
And then you just built the most dominant female in wrestling history.
What you gonna do? Like, Bianca can't say that. Bianca cannot say that.
No. That's
that. I would watch.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
I gotta say,
I'm down for that.
Now, who? Okay, so here's the question: who is the one? Is it Deeb?
I say Deeb. I don't think she. And Josie, I told you, I don't think Saraya already. So it's got to be Deeb for me.
Saraya is not going for the mid card. She's going
for the gusto.
She's going for that. Yeah.
Well, she's going to be feuding with Britt. I think right now Saraya is on that level. She don't need the title. It don't do anything for her.
Yeah.
It don't do anything for her.
But I'm going with Deeb. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
I love Deeb.
That's fair. That's fair.
Stacks, who would you think? You think it's Deeb?
I'll agree with Will. Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. Yep.
I like Deeb. I could see definitely Deeb would be on the top of my list.
Deeb or Athena.
Athena's already had 2 shots.
That's true.
2 shots. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
you could frame it though. You could frame it though. Look, give me one more shot. If I don't win this, I'll never ask for another title shot again.
I want me some strat back. I need me some new Stratisfaction 2.0, and
ain't no wrong with that.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Ain't no wrong with that.
I need some Stratlandisfaction.
Ain't no wrong with that. But Deeb to me would be that'd be my number one choice.
To me, I think Strat's first title is going to be the women's championship. They're not putting the TBS title on her. Like, she's over the TBS. She's more over than the TBS title. She don't need it.
Yeah.
No, I think Deeb is probably your best choice. Like, she could beat Jade too. Like, that's a believable win.
It's believable. Yeah.
It's too accomplished. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So next, what's next? We talked about the men's rumble. Who do y'all see winning the women's rumble?
Bailey.
Bailey's a good pick.
Did you say Bailey, Will?
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. I was gonna say Bailey.
A pick.
Unless somehow Sasha Banks comes back out of nowhere.
And see, that would be a perfect place.
Me and Will don't think she's coming back.
I don't think she's coming back. But I will say this: if you did bring her back, that would be a good spot to bring her back.
Good spot for her.
If
I agree.
Did, but I don't think she's coming back. I think that bridge is burned, man. I really think it's burned.
I think she might be done with wrestling in general.
She might be done with wrestling. Period. She don't need it.
Are they cooking it up though? That's what I don't know. Are they?
But if you did bring her back, that would be a good spot to bring her back.
Yeah.
Pull it out of the hat, you know?
Yeah. That'd be good, but I don't think. I think that should.
But no, I agree. If not, it's Bailey. Please don't let it be Charlotte Flair.
No. Please.
I don't think so under Triple H. I don't think so under Triple H.
Under Vince it would be because Vince was lazy. But
rumor is that they're trying to get Chelsea Green back.
Ooh. And for some guy,
there's also interest in trying to bring Matt Taven back, but it looks like they might be signing the Kingdom and might be signing with AEW. It looks like.
For some reason, I heard they want Mia Yim back. For some reason, I understand that.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Whatever.
What do you think of? Do you watch Impact, Stacks?
Not as much.
You follow it all?
I'm not as
Grace, boy.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not as up on
Jessica Havoc.
Yeah.
I'm sick. Love it. I love it. No, so Kaz won the X Division title at Bound for Glory this year. Well, this week on Impact, he cashed it in option C against Josh Alexander.
Got it. Yep.
And I think he might win it. Kaz has never held the Impact World title. And think about a way to close out a career.
Even if he just held it for
so
a day.
much to Impact.
Even if he just held it for a day.
I think he needs to.
Even if he just for a day.
I can see them with the way they're playing bully. Like, no one's sure if he's serious, if he really wants to win this straight up.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way to do it. Like, this is why you bring Bully in. Bully does turn on Josh.
Yep.
Costs him the title. Kaz wins it, and then
then
Bully
he goes
takes
after
it from
Kaz.
Kaz.
Yep.
And then that way, Josh still looks strong.
Yep. Who's been wrestling his ass off this year, by the way.
Oh my God. Josh Alexander has right now top 10 in PWI next year.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Easy.
He is killing it as Impact World Champion.
Yep.
Big Mama Swole, as Will calls her.
Yes, sir. Jordan Grace. Big Mama Swole.
Big Mama Swole, Jordan
Mama
Grace
Swole.
over there killing it as Impact Women's Champion.
You think you got a 66 and a 30% chance against me versus your 50% chance against me?
One day we're gonna have a show where we show that clip and talk about that promo. Have you ever seen the Scott Steiner math promo? Wade,
You ever seen that, Wade?
I'm trying to think.
Man, I'm gonna put it in the what you call it for you right now.
Maybe.
Oh no!
Not.
Will, screw it. I'm just gonna find it on YouTube and we're gonna play it on the show.
Yeah.
We get dinged.
You did, man.
Because I gotta watch his face as
That's
he watches.
facial expression. 66 and 30% chance against me.
This is one of the greatest promos.
Big Papa Pump. It's your hookup. Holla. It's him. He was the man, boy, for real.
All right.
He came to cutting promos, boy.
Y'all see it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
It's going to be a three-way for the TNA heavyweight title at Sacrifice between you, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Now, before you get there, you have an important step tonight as you and X Division champion Petey Williams take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got 25% at best at beat me. Then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's never going to try. So you take your 33 1/3 chance, my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. See, but I'm going to break it down for all you ladies. Would you rather be with me, or would you rather be with Joe?
Well, I think Joe's kind of nice. I mean, you know.
So you one of those girls that like romance. I'm going to talk to all my freaks out there. Would you rather come home to me, a genetic freak, to be satisfied every night, or go home to that fat-ass Samoa Joe? See, tonight, we're going to win, and I'm going to be the world champion at Sacrifice. Come on, P. Let's go.
Scotty, just like you always say, Big Papa Pump has got your hookup. Well, Maple Leaf Muscle is who you need to look up. Holler if you hear that.
Holla, yeah.
Holla if you hear me. Don't worry, Josh. Don't worry, Josie. I took off monetization, so we good.
So, I do want to give credit to TNA Impact for that, but yeah.
That's your hookup.
That's great. I've never seen it. I can confirm I've never seen it. So
you lose a few brain cells listening to Scott Steiner do math, but it's one of the greatest promos ever.
Absolutely. That was great.
Well, if no one else got anything, I think that does it for another episode of Fight Night. We never even mentioned it because of the breaking news with Paige. We jumped right into it. I do want to apologize. I know we were supposed to have an interview with Rika Wildlee tonight. He unfortunately had some issues, was able to make it. We will be rescheduling that interview, and he will be on. I want to say thanks to my man, Haystacks Calhoun, for joining us today. And I'm going to say it right here. I was going to try and catch you in the back, but I'm going to say it right here. If you're open, we have been looking for a third man to join this show for a very, very long time. Will is a wrestling historian, truly, but he's a busy man and doesn't watch a lot of the new stuff.
For sure.
And having someone who watches like I do makes this show better. So if you're willing, we would love to have you join us more often.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to. I'll have to catch up definitely on my Impact a little bit more. I'm not as delved into that as I am.
I'm the only real. I watch it. I'll tell you what. If you haven't looked, they're on YouTube. The Impact Ultimate Insider is only $4.99 a month, and you get to watch every show as it airs. Cool. They put their pay-per-views on it 30 days after. You get the free monthly pay-per-views that they only do on Impact Plus.
Right.
You get those when they air. It's worth it.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm not as up to speed as I used to be with TNA, but back in the day with Kurt Angle and all those dudes, I used to watch it.
Me and Will talk about it on here too. Right now, Impact is putting on some of the best wrestling there is. They really have some great talent. They're putting on some amazing storylines. And yeah, Impact's killing it. If they just had a better TV deal, they'd be vying AEW for the number 2 spot.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Man, you imagine if all 3 of them were up in there like that?
I'm telling you, Impact is putting out the quality to be there. They just Access Television is never going to give them.
It's never going to be a thing. Has been proven over time. With all right, the TV deals for them.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all next week on another episode of Sports Report Fight Night. I totally forgot to run ads. Well, I'm at least going to run this one. So y'all have a great night, guys. We will see y'all next week.
Have a good one, everybody.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran, said no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never.